Let's get this 500 off right, boy! We'll come home and win the Daytona 500!
Eric Monaco is gonna win at Pocono for the Subway 100.
Jake Galloway will win at Darlington in the Powerway Truck Series.
Coming off the corner, it's going to be Ben Crouch taking home the win here at Chicagoland.
Really though? No he won't! Kuklon! What's up everyone, it's your boy that's Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome everyone to Chicagoland Speedway, the Windy City. We are back for the second time this season, and we now have only 3 races left of season number 3 of the Red Bull Cup Series. It's getting down to the wire, 2 races until we find out the final 4, and 2 races until we get to Homestead, Miami, and crown a Cup Series champion for season 3. It is the Krispy Kreme 400 here at Chicagoland Speedway, 67 laps on tap, and it's going to be a good one here under the lights. Last time out at Road America, it was a... last time at Charlotte, I should say, it was caution-free, and Jonny Gardner was able to get his 3rd win on the season, and locked himself into the final 4, so now there's only 3 spots available for the 7 drivers here for these next 2 races. And it's going to be interesting to see if a playoff driver wins here tonight, or if someone steals it from him, and we have 3 drivers, or 3 spots available going into Phoenix next week. I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined up here in the booth by Travis Crampton. Hello.
So Travis, the hype is real. Getting close to the end of season 3, getting closer and closer to Homestead, and closer to crowning a champion. For these 8 playoff drivers, besides Jonny Gardner, how are they feeling, and what do they have to do to possibly feel better going into Phoenix next week?
Well, I mean, pretty much for all of them except for Mitchell Collins and Angel Olvera. Those are the only 2 playoff drivers starting in the top 10. Everyone else has to, they have to get going right away. Sure, it's 67 laps, but you got guys up there, back there. There's one playoff driver that starts 40th, so there's a lot of pressure on these guys to get the job done, get themselves locked into the round of 4. Jonny, he doesn't have to worry about anything. He can just have a calm day, or he can have a bad day. He can crash out and not worry about his spot in the final 4. So for him, he doesn't care what the heck happens to him. For everyone else, they got to giddy up and go. Like I said, for Mitchell Collins and Angel Olvera, as long as they stay where they are right now, they should have a good finish.
Yep, exactly what you said. Those 2 all in the top 10, and we could see somewhat of a trap position race. That's what we saw in the 12th race last night, and we could very well see it tonight as well if we saw the Cup race, and if that was the part-time race, I should say, and if that was a indication. Here's the points coming into Chicagoland for race number 22 and race 2 of the round of 8. Jonny Gardner is already locked in. Mitchell Collins is plus 10. Wadraway, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's only 9 points in with 4 wins on the season. The defending champion. And then this is where things get close. Zachary DeLillo, plus 3 right now. And then Bradley Ream is only 3 points out. Team Penske's been super consistent this year, and so has Zachary DeLillo. But this is where these 3 drivers need to have a good one tonight to set themselves up for Phoenix next week to potentially point their way in. Kuklon, Olvera, and Clifton. They all got terrible ones at Charlotte on Monday, and they need a good one. Kuklon 19 points out, Olvera 21 points out, and Clifton 22 points out. So those 3, they need to have good ones here tonight. And for Olvera, he very well could get a good one here in this one. So these 40 cars 42 cars, I should say, are gonna get rolled. I cannot speak. This is great. These 42 cars will get rolled off for the Krispy Kreme 400 and for race number 22 on the season. Here's the top 10 for tonight. MBM teammates got 1-2 in the qualifying race, and they start up front here tonight. And Hongo on the pole, and the long time is Angel O'Leary. One number 2 is Ben Dover and Rob Evans. One number 3 is Cushion Vargas and the number 11 of Jake Galloway. One number 4, we have Mitchell Collins and Carter Friesen. And rounding out the top 10 is Wyatt Quayle and Zach Winkle. So, Travis, what do you think we will see here tonight? And who's the pit to winning the Krispy Kreme 400?
Well, one thing to say about the chasers, those ones who start at the back, they gotta be careful working their way through the field, or they could cause a wreck or be in a wreck. But I think we'll see some really good racing. The top side's gonna be a little bit dominant, I have a feeling, but I'm gonna say one of those MBM cars is gonna steal a win from the playoff chasers here today, and I'm gonna say that number 66 of Ben Dover's gonna win.
Not bad. Pit MBM's been strong. Here we go, 3 races left in the season. Who will get the win tonight at Chicagoland? Let's find out. The Krispy Kreme 400 is green in the Windy City. Velas can get a crucial and important bonus point. He's now only 21 points out now, but he needs a good one. He needs the top 5, top 10, or maybe even a win to feel way more comfortable right now. But it is a bunch of Toyotas. Top 5 are all Toyotas here at Chicagoland, and O'Vale out front, and a massive send by Jake Galloway.
Almost 4 wide, and you took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say that top 5's all Toyotas, but you just grabbed those words and put them in your mouth. 3 wide for second though. Jake Galloway trying to get past these two. Of course, looks like the part-timers are going to get shuffled.
Jesus, there they go.
Big wreck. 2 RCR cars. I saw the 31, the 8. Oh, we're still wrecking.
That's
21
Madison
to 42.
Transport Chastain.
I
Massive
think there was
leg,
a chaser involved.
and that is not good
Zachary
for DeLello.
DeLello.
That is not good for DeLello. That was a massive shot into the outside wall. And I think he's going to be the only chaser that was involved. Good
Maybe
lord.
Kukulon. I know he started deep in the field, but I think Kukulon avoided that.
Yeah, I think so. Man, that was not what Alciano wanted to start in Alexander
man.
Woe. His terrible rookie season continues. He just wants to forget about the season for Alexander Woe. And meanwhile, it was Angel O'Vale that won the race back to the line. And that's Toyota 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. And looks like everyone's gonna take advantage and pit here. I would be shocked if anyone were to stay out. And
Wow. The 17 of Daniel Voil's going to take a little bit of a risky.
He's the only one that's gonna stay out as well. Okay, Welsh Fenway.
Maybe trying to get an extra bonus point for a position somewhere in the standings.
That is very weird, but let's see who will win the race off pit road. This is a tough pit road. If it's anything like we saw last night, we might see some contact, especially with having 40 cars.
Only
on
fuel
pit road.
only.
Well,
Everyone's doing fuel only.
well, I guess they're not too worried about tires since that was only 3 or 4 laps on. Oh,
And
contact
Angel
between.
Oliveira just got screwed on pit road. His pit crew dropped the fuel can and everything.
Yeah, O'Vale got a bad pit stop in Toyota as a whole because Friesen got into the side of Ben Dover, the little pick for this race, and he has a lot of side damage, so.
Can I change my pick?
I'm sorry, but the pick has been locked since the green flag.
Damn it.
It looks like they're gonna keep on going with that 8 color, but that is gonna be very, fairly bad for that 8 team. Only 3 points in coming into this race, and now it's gonna be a struggle for them all race long. Foyle's the
That
only.
crash was. So I'm sorry, but that crash was bad for RCR. That took out 2 of the 3 cars. So that's a oof in the money pocket.
Yeah, definitely not good for RCR. They're always shutting down this 31 team because of lack of sponsorship from that season, and well, this does not help them at all, but especially for the 8 team. So Foyles was only one that stayed out, and he will lead us back to the green. But first, let's see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here at Chicagoland and for the Krispy Kreme 400. Here we go. This is what happened 4 wide. We didn't even notice this because we were up front 4 wide. Clump McKee got up into the 8 of Zachary DeLillo, and that shot them down the racetrack. I thought they were going to save it for a split second, but there was no saving it. Up the racetrack, clipped the 31, got a massive shot from the 6, and then that kind of caused the big one. A massive tall involved. Boston Man got a piece of it, the 21 as well. And then Kuklon, he got a little bit of damage back there as well. So multiple colors involved, about 5, 6, 7 colors, and then
Josh Williamson as well.
yeah, Josh Williamson got a piece of it, and then of course Francois Chastain and Madison Tall slid all the way to the bottom of the back switch wall right there. Just a mini size big one. About 8 colors involved on that number 3 or 4, and some massive championship contenders involved, because Kuklon was only plus 19, was minus 19, and DeLillo was only, well, he was only 3 points above. So Kuklon, depending on how much damage that he really has, that could be bad for him, and that could especially be bad for DeLillo here tonight at Chicagoland.
4 wide entering turn 1 and 2. Clark McKee into the quarter panel, up the hill, nowhere to go for Alexander Rowe, and he takes a few shots. Then those 2 synchronized spinning into the wall, and that's definitely going to hurt their rear ends. I'm not sure if the wall liked that either.
Yeah, a lot of calls involved, and not that many people all destroyed. Obviously DeLillo and Alexander Rowe all destroyed, and also the 10 of Pat Smith got involved as well. But not too much damage for most of these guys. But of course the big one there is of course gonna be Zachary DeLillo, only 3 points in coming into this race, and most likely that will not be the same after the Krispy Kreme 400. But meanwhile, if I can find him here, it ended up being Daniel Voiles, being the only one to stay out, oddly enough, and he's gonna get a bonus point, and he will lead the field to the green, well, back green here at Chicagoland. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the restart here at Chicagoland and for the Krispy Kreme 400. Welcome back here at Chicagoland Speedway. We will go back with 60 laps to go. Still a long way to go in this one for the Krispy Kreme 400. The only guy that is out is Alexander Rowe. He has had a terrible rookie season, and he just wants the season to be over at this point. But his teammate, Daniel Rowe, is the only one to stay out. He's off strategy. He will lead us back to the green, followed by Eric Monaco, Christian Vargas, Wyatt Quayle, and Osman Hamid, the top 5. And we are back green here at Chicagoland, and for the Krispy Kreme 100 with 60 laps to go. Foyles with a great restart, but so did Eric Monaco. The thing is, tire is not really a big problem due to the fact that no one else took tires. No one took tires as far as I know of. So it's only a fuel factor, but that doesn't mean that Foyles is going to have to pit 4 or 5 laps sooner before everyone else, if this goes green long enough for a fuel one.
Oh, but, man. They almost just slapped the wall off before.
Yeah, very tight turn 4. Right now it is Eric Monaco once again out front at Chicagoland.
Eric Monaco getting a good run. Osman Hamid up here in that 13. Didn't see him up here in the first 4 green flag laps, but he's up here, got the 47. There's a lot of shuffling around from the pit road. You don't have any Toyotas up here really, besides the 46 and the 95. Angel Rivera got pretty much, I don't know what happened on that pit stop, but he fell way back, and now we have all sorts of new drivers up here trying to get a good run. I see Chaser on that bottom side. That's the 19 of Roger Ray working his way up. 4 wins on the season, and he could be eliminated if he's not careful. So he definitely needs to have a good run here today. Oh,
they're gonna
boy.
save it, but they're still gonna go
Just the
4 wide.
Oh man, and
They're
50 to
good.
Wout Quail gonna let him in. Is gonna let him in.
Wow, that was a couple of tense moments there. This is way more wild than what happened in the 12 race last night. But like you said, Waterway 4 wins. This is basically becoming the Waterway Cup Series. But he didn't really get the best ones at Charlotte, only +9. He needs a good one here tonight if he wants. Oh, jeez.
Gosh, man, these part-time cars are giving everyone a tussle for their money.
That's what they've done all season. They've stolen wins, they've caused chaos, and they want to cause a bunch more chaos here tonight at Chicagoland. That's what freaking should. But Aunt Monaco still out front. But how about Mitchell Collins? I said this at Charlotte. He was quietly consistent all race long and got a top 5 out of it. And he is once again inside the top 5 early on in P4. Penske's been very consistent all year, and they're doing it again. And that was 4 wide again for the 4th time since this restart. But now this 2 car does have a win here at Charlotte last year with, I believe, Christian Wassup. So this 2 car is pretty good at Chicagoland in the past, and knowing of how Penske's been doing all season long, I wouldn't be surprised if it's top 5, top 10.
Yeah, definitely. Penske has been pretty good this year, unlike past seasons. So they're showing some raw speed this year, and it's good to see. And Mitchell Collins is definitely proving that, being in that 4th spot. But 3 wide, here comes the 9 of Brett Sierra. Tried to go underneath Osman Hamid, but could not do it. Stephen Cologne up here now. Oh, geez. MBM car really slow. I don't know how much damage. I don't know why that's so bad. He only got tapped on the side, but it's really bad. Is that his teammates gonna? Oh, team orders. He just.
Oh no!
He turned Roger Ray. Oh
and
man!
Roger Ray's upside
down. And we're stacking up the entire field in the back, and Roger Ray's barrel rolling.
Championship implications from MBM.
And MBM Motorsports might just be the most hated team right now in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Roger Ray is gonna be done.
Jonny Gardner is destroyed, but he has a win, so he doesn't really care about that. But that just took out a bunch of cars, because that was a massive stack up from the entire field too.
Oh man, you know what? Now it might be a case where Deletto and Roger Ray might have to do a win in the win situation at Phoenix.
Oh man, that's a heartbreaker too. I mean, MBM Motorsports just pulled something out of there. I don't even know.
And
how is the 46 destroyed?
I think they crashed again somehow.
Yeah, because the 46 was leading.
Yep. Oh jeez.
Oh jeez, what are we doing?
This 66 needs to get the heck off of the racetrack. I don't even know.
What are we doing?
I don't know who's leading.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, Mitchell Collins is destroyed.
Boyles is staying out again.
Like, so many people are destroyed, and now Stephen Cohen's gonna be the way.
I mean, there's people destroyed that are staying out too, like that 5 of Jonny Gardner. He stayed out.
And you know what? No, Clifton's fine. He doesn't have any damage. O'Fara, he's fine. He doesn't have any damage. But so many good race cars got torn up because of the MBM 66, and I don't know how he was that slow anyway with that little bit of damage.
I mean, like from what you said and what I said, I mean, it was just a tiny tap from Carter Friesen. It's just the side it pushed in. I don't know how that could have done so much damage to the engine or anything, because that car was really off the pace. So he must have a cylinder down or something, because I don't think a tiny hit on the side would do that much damage.
All I know is that a lot of good race cars are torn up. Mitchell Collins looks like they fixed the damage, but let's see if how far off the pace he is. But man, a lot of that was the big one at Chicagoland, and so many good twists and so many cars, I should say, is torn up in that one. And one's still staying out. So, with that being said, let's see what on earth happened to bring out the second caution of the other night early on here in the Krispy Kreme 400 at Chicagoland. Here we go, park time shenanigans once again for the second time this race already. We caught up to the slow 66 machine, and for whatever reason he blocked the field. Roger Wave saw the opening, tried getting down, but that opening closed up way sooner than the way he had expected it. And then nowhere to go for Mitch Collins to turn him. And then nowhere to go for Osman Harmon, who finished second last night in the 12 race, and he took a shot. And then the 95, this is a weird tip over. He got T-boned, hit the wall, and shoved him over, and then he just did some barrel rolls after that. And then once behind him, they kept on stacking up. I feel like Bright, William Block, Evan Hunter, Carl Friesen, and everyone else in between just stacked up behind him. And then this was close for Wadraway. Well, this was close for Noah Clifton and Angel O'Vera. Barely missed the 19 of Wadraway. And that could be huge for both of them, because both of them were outside looking in, and they needed a good one here tonight. And well, both of them, now with how many cars are taken out, they probably will get a great one here tonight, and possibly have a shot at getting the race win. But man, what a wild incident! And this is only the first half of this whole mess down the front stretch.
MBM Motorsports does some team strategy. I don't think that was what they planned, though. Around goes the 19 into the field, flips upside down. Everyone else stacks up. That's like half the field. Barrel rolls, almost lands on top of Clifton and Angel O'Vera. And luckily these guys didn't arc brake into the people that are already stacked up.
Yeah, that's a big one though. Wadraway 4 wins on the season.
And then, if we go back, the leader comes up, tries to get to the line, and arc brakes right into the 20.
I don't know what he was thinking, but like El Marco, who was by far the fastest car of the race, took himself out.
And took out someone else with him.
Wow. Well. This is what I get for having Travis in the booth. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it will be Stephen Cullen leading us back to the green flag here at Chicagoland. A wacky race in the first 17 laps, and we used to have about 45, 50 laps left to go. So this is going to be a wild finish and a wild race to the end. But Stephen Cullen's still the race leader. Well, will be the race leader. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the restart here for the Krispy Kreme 400. Here we go. Welcome back at Chicagoland Speedway. We will go back on lap 20 of 67. And the cars that are out from that crash are called to Friesen, Wadraway, that's the big one, Osman Ahmed, Jake Galloway, and Eric Marcos. So 3 out of the 4 Joe Gibbs cars are torn up in that one, and big one being Wadraway came in here +9. Now 2 of the people that were in on points coming into this are out, or like have had major problems. Delano and Wadraway. And
that 66 is slow.
And now we have to deal with the 66 car since he is a lap down. Oh boy. There's not really that many cars out, but I will say there's a lot of damaged cars, and there's going to be a lot of moving chicanes, if you will, for the rest of this race, that's for sure. But yeah, this race has turned upside down fairly
There's my
fast. Bot. Yeah, there's the bot moving through the field. Yeah, this race has turned upside down, that's for
Now, Mitchell Collins, he has no damage from when I looked at that replay. He just turned the 19 and continued on. He didn't get any damage from that, so if he can get through this field cleanly, all these damage cars, I feel like he still has a shot at getting a good finish.
Yeah, I think so too. He did have some damage for whatever reason, but they did fix it, so he looks to be okay. Also Kuklon, I think they fixed his damage as well, because he doesn't look that bad. And Bradley Wing, who we haven't really seen all race long, but he made it just fine on the replay through that madness. So both Penske boys that are in the playoffs right now made it through that wreck, and well, for the most part, and they have a good shot at possibly going into Williamson next week. And we have another caution.
A caution! And it's Madison Tall for the second time today. Looks like the 32 of Bobby Frazier involved. We got the 48 of Eli Bright, the 88 of William Brock, possibly. I might have taken out 300 cars, because I also saw the 24 of John Andrews.
Oh man.
And caution-filled race here at Chicagoland.
That's the thing about this racetrack. Sometimes it can be just fine. In testing, it was just fine, and it was only like a couple of cautions. Well, we've had 3 cautions in the first 23 laps. But it looks like I think everyone's gonna pit, and yes, Foyles is finally gonna pit. So he's finally gonna pit, and oh
boy.
Collins is staying out. Quentin Moore is staying out.
Got a 95 with no hood.
DJ Reed, obviously the 66 because he's lapped down. Diego Yepes, Bronson Minnick, and the 88. Oh man. Let's see who's gonna win the race off of pit road from the people that are pitting here. And
it's like some people. I think we're taking 4 tires here. Oh, contact. Some people are taking 2. Some people are taking 4. Different strategies here.
Oh, Vela's taking 4 tires, and I think a lot of people just took 2 tires. This is a fairly wet fest race, but the thing is, if we can get along...
There's so much strategy.
Yeah, it's a lot of strategy, because who knows if we manage to get a long way flag one, which I think we should be able to eventually. Some people are going to be on old tires, some people are going to be on 2 tires, and some people are going to be on 4 tires, so it's going to be fairly interesting if we can get a long green flag 1. Hopefully we get a long green flag 1 as well, but so far 3 quick cautions in the first 20 or so laps. But hey, Mitchell Collins is going to get a bonus point right here, and that's going to be crucial for him coming into this race, plus 10. So, with that being said, let's quickly see what happens. Bring out the 3rd caution of the day, or the night I should say, early on here in the Krispy Kreme 400 and for race 22 on the season. Here we go, this will happen 4 wide. Once again, we've seen this about 10 times already, but Madison Tall got into the 48 of Eli Bright, and as you know, she just came down onto Evan Hunter and turned him. For whatever reason, Tall just turned Evan Hunter, went up the racetrack into Bobby Frazier, Eli Bright, the 24 of John Andrews, the 88 of William Block as well. 300 cars involved in this crash. So not a good crash for Hendrick whatsoever. But not really a bad crash. The most, the least, the least chaotic crash so far, if I could find the word for it. But still, a 4 or 5 car crash already here in this one, and only 23 laps, and hopefully we can get a long green flag 1 here at some point in this one. But right now, 3 quick cautions in the first 22 laps, and a bad crash for Hendrick here at Chicagoland. Following along with Tall one more time, and I don't know why she did that. She just turned to 38. I know that they were 4 wide, and 4 wide is very tough at Chicagoland, but she just turned to 38 and caused another crash. I don't know what she was doing, but yeah, a fairly chaotic race up to this point. Hopefully we can get some long green flag ones eventually, but Mitchell Collins, he stayed out, got a bonus point, and he will lead the field back to the restart. here at Chicagoland and for the Krispy Kreme foreign. And let's go ahead and get back to the restart here at Chicagoland. Welcome back at Chicagoland Speedway. A wild first 25 laps up to this point. And we will go back green on lap number 27 of 67 with 41 laps to go. So if we manage to go green all the way to the end, we will have to make one pit stop. But at this point, I don't know if we will. But hopefully we do. The top 5 on this restart will be Mitchell Collins, Quentin Moore, DJ Reed, a no-hood 95 of Vargas, and a no-hood 52 of Diego Yepes. And we still have to deal with this lap car up this number 66 to bend over. Back green, hopefully we can have a long green flag 1.
66 bend over. Looks like he's going to get out of the way for a little bit, but I doubt he's going to be able to get out of the way for everyone as, yeah, 51 slots in behind Ben. Oh, Dana Voiles almost turns the 27 of Nick Kennedy. We almost just had another caution with a span of half a lap.
Man. Like, Bendova is trying to get out of the way, but there's just not enough room on this racetrack to get out of the way for everyone at one time. But he's doing a good job this time. I'm just going to follow the 66 until everyone gets by at this point, because I just want to make sure that we can have a long one.
Oh, boy.
As long as no one gets impatient, we should be fine now. A lot of people did pit. That's why Noah Clifton's back here in Overa. But looks like we are fine now. So that is everyone. Yeah, so we are good to go now. Finally, I think we should be able to have a long green flag 1 here, as the All-Star race winner feels like ages ago, because it was, but the All-Star race winner, Quentin Moore, out front in December 34th for front row. I've been saying since the playoffs, they have been red hot, really consistent, and he is pulling away from second place Wyatt Quayle.
This car won the 2021 Daytona 500 in real life. Can it win a Red Bull Cup Series race as well?
Yeah, of course, as we are recording this is on a Tuesday, so a couple of days after the 500 happened. So, who knows, maybe the 34 can have some luck this week, and maybe Quentin Moore can find victory. He had a wild Chicagoland race, but he is getting chased down like a hawk by this number 15 of Wyatt Quayle, and he's going to get to the inside off of turn number 4, and we have a side-by-side battle for the race lead.
Meanwhile, we got 2 rows of 3 wide in for third on back, but Wyatt Quayle going to the race lead possibly if he can clear that number 34, and he does with ease. Wyatt Quayle to the race lead is, I almost got tongue twisted.
Yeah, Wyatt Quayle, he won at Road America out of all places. But he's been very consistent. That premium.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and Boyle's the pitting.
Oh my, that was dangerous.
Oh, jeez. And that just held up
Gosh.
the 2 playoff contenders of Clifton and Ovela. Oh, good lord.
Wow.
Yeah, Boyles, I think he pitted at. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he pitted. So I don't know why he decided to pit there, but now the field is very spread out here, at least for the first 10 spots. As they are 3 by 3.
William Brock got involved in that last caution. Still looks like he's up to speed, so don't know how with that hood damage, but he's doing a good job.
Yeah, we got a couple of people up front with damage. We got Clint McKee with no back bumper. We got Bronson Minnick with no back bumper. So we got some people that have no back bumpers, well, in this case for the 95, no hood, that are still maintaining reasonable speed here at Chicagoland. But right now, it is a 3-car breakaway between Quayle, Moore, and Stephen Cohen.
I think these 3 right here might be the cleanest cars out of this race so far. I mean, the way they're pulling away from everyone, it just seems like that way.
Yeah, but then again, like, Clint McKee, we've seen it before. Sometimes when you have a damaged back end, that spoiler's lower, and sometimes you can go a little bit faster, even though you don't have a back bumper. And it's going to be interesting to see if that ends up being the case for Clint McKee here. These guys are single file now. They will double file in 3 wide, so that was how that they were able to like pull away with this package.
So it's gonna be interesting if they can catch back up. We got Clark McKee, Mitchell Collins, and Benny Watson up here trying to make some moves. And the thing about Benny Watson, we all know about this right now, but I'm gonna say it. Winningest driver on my side of the IOA, and by far the most winningest driver overall in the IOA. Really good driver. Not really had a good season this season in the Cup Series at least, but he would love to get a win here tonight at Chicagoland. And from the looks of it, he has a pretty clean #1 board as well.
Here comes the two chasers, Noah Clifton and Angel Olvera. They were working together. They got by that big pack, and well, they're not working together anymore. But they're trying to get around my bot in the 36.
Yeah, the bot's done a pretty good job for the most part in this race. But of course, Clifton 2 races ago finally won his first Cup Series race. Didn't get the result that he wanted at Charlotte, but he survived the carnage and he's inside the top 10 now. Same with Olvera, and both of those drivers need good ones. They were over 20 points out coming into this race, and the way it's looking like and the amount of carnage with the playoff drivers, they could easily
They're catching.
They can easily get back into the front. And yeah, this third pack they caught with this 3-car pack or 3-car group. Now we have to see if they can catch up. And oh no.
I also have something to say. Whatever happened to Dana Voiles, it's terminal because he's still on pit road.
Yeah, something happened to Voiles. I don't really know what happened to Voiles, but something did, and he is gonna be done for the day. It's a fuel leak. That is a tough way for Dana Voiles. He was fast, he did strategy, but a fuel leak is gonna take him out of this one. And like, even though we have a gigantic pack, these top 3 are single file. They are still pulling away. And hello to Zachary DeLillo, playoff driver.
Well, they're gonna get held up for maybe a split second, and now it's gonna split up that single file line.
Yeah, and now Quincy Moore might even make it 3 wide. No, he won't. DeLillo, he's just trying wide around. He's still a 4th. Not a good point stay at all. He's just hoping for like more engine problems, more mechanical problems, or more carnage to happen for him to get as much points as possible. But right now on Wyatt Quayle, he's controlling the field in that number 15 for Premium Motorsports. A very underrated team in the Cup Series. Very consistent and very strong in the series. Stephen Cullen, we don't know where he's going next season. Of course, he's a rookie, so he has to sign up for sign-ups, or when sign-ups happen. But he's getting replaced by Andrew Miller. So it's going to be interesting of how that 47 car can not only do in this race, but in next season.
Oh boy.
Hello to Francois Chastain. He's going to be a lap car, and he's going to block these guys, too.
Should get by them on the front stretch, and they do. It's just that.
And we have
and the caution. And it's another big one. It's the big one once again. We have a second big one.
Kukulon.
Oh jeez.
Blight, William Block. Oh well.
We're still wrecking.
We don't have to worry about the 66 anymore.
Oh my god.
Rob Evans, Patrick Smith, Zach Winkle, all 4 Stuart Haas close involved.
Oh, you were just talking about Benny Watson. He was having a great day too.
Oh man.
That took out a Stuart Haas cars.
All 4 of them. Oh man. Well, even I thought we were gonna have a long green flag one too.
That's sad.
I don't even know what to say.
Patrick's, yeah, like, man, all 4 Stuart Haas cars. That is some terrible luck right there.
We talked about 3 out of the 4 Hendrick cars getting involved in the previous clash, but now all 4 of them get involved in this one. And this is turning into a freaking super speedway race very, very quickly. And Francois Castaing's a lap down, so I think no one else is gonna stay out. And no, this is the field left, guys. This is something. Well, I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure. I think it's gonna turn Chester's race, and I think a damaged car might actually win.
I mean, the past three, the past two races have been very, very calm. World America had no problems at all. Charlotte it went caution free with no problems either. So I guess they're getting it out of the system for the past two races, and they are laying it all out with 4 cautions here in this one.
Oh, contact! But one of the leaders, who was leading a little bit, the 34, Quinn Moore, got some not heavy contact, but did make contact on pit road.
Man, oh man, I think yeah, it's gonna be Simon Cohen Lean and
Angel
gonna be
Vera,
second. Wow.
this is a comeback story. And well, not really. I guess you could say comeback story. Angel Vera started second on the first pit stop of the day. Had one of the worst pit stops out of everyone. Dropped to almost to the back of the field. Managed to avoid all the wrecks, and now he's back up to second where he started.
Man, Olveira's been really, really good since Pocono, since the regular season finale, since he had to win to get in to the playoffs. But he's been really strong since then, and he's gonna be second on this restart. And Clifton with a great pit stop as well. Man, I just want to go green for the last 20 or so laps. Like that's all I want at this point.
Premium Motorsports as well. I just saw this 15 and the 27 up here.
Yeah, Premium having a very strong one. Granted, they've survived all the college, but they've been fast all day. So, well, let's see what happened to bring out the fourth caution of the day and the second big one for the second time down the front stretch here at Chicagoland and for the Krispy Kreme 400. All I can say is what the you know what. So Travis's bot ended up turning Benny and Watson when they were just going side by side, 2x2x2, and then came down on Rob Evans and all heck broke loose after that. They came back up the racetrack as the NIRA officials are complaining about the package. But we made it. John Andrews did not, and a big shot from Josh Williamson to Rob Evans, and then again from Evan Hunter as well.
Shut up, phone.
Rob Evans almost flipped 2 times, and then here comes the ass pat from the 48 and the 10.
Patrick Smith. Oh, and then they wrecked again.
And then the 41 and the 31 as well, and then the 32 and to the 10. And just all I can say is the big one poked 2 down the front stretch. And then for everyone, and then just saying for everyone that's been complaining about the 66 color, well, boom, he's done now. So we don't have to worry about the slow 66 color, but what a waste. This is something. But let's go ahead and do a replay of that full time.
And my bot decides to be a doofus, turns the 14 to Benny Watson, down the track and up the track they go, and oof, almost goes over, but gets slammed on the underside of the car. Guess could do a lot of damage. More people pile on in, and then the 66 has given up on life and just decides that he doesn't want to race anymore.
You know, I don't blame Bendover though. With how much carnage there's been, it's probably better to do that than actually waste the rest of this race. But if there's any bright side to it, I think there's so many cars that got taken out. We should hopefully go caution free to the end. But
don't jinx it.
I probably just did, Travis. Knowing of how this race has gone, but I believe it was the 47 of Steam Con that is gonna lead us back to the green, I believe so. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to restart here at Chicagoland and for the Krispy Kreme 400. Welcome back, everyone, to Chicagoland Motor Speedway, and we will have 21 laps to go here for the Krispy Kreme 400, and let's just say a lot of cars got torn up from that one. The 66 to 10, the 48, the 88, the 65, the 14, and the 43 are all out. And now we have 4 cars on that are 1 lap down, the 21, the 32, the 8, and the 38. And the top 5 on the restart will be Stephen Cohen, Angel O'Vale, Mark Quayle, Noah Clifton, and Nick Kennedy.
21 colors, well, 28 colors on the lead lap, 21 laps. Hopefully we can do the last 21 laps caution-free
Bobby
today.
Frazier.
Oh my god, the 32 is so slow.
Oh boy.
Guys,
Well,
if you think the 66
if you thought,
if you thought the
dang it.
66 was slow, well,
oh,
the 32 is just as slow.
well, you just took the words out of my mouth.
The second time this race.
Hey, that's probably revenge because I do that all the time to you. So,
Yeah, Travis does that a lot behind the scenes. By the way, DeVello, I guess the only bright side for DeVello is now that he's 27th. Well, 26th.
26.
So he gained a lot of positions from that, and it's not going to be as bad for him. In the points, it's going to be manageable-ish, depending on what happens for the rest of this race. But we still have a race to cover. We still have 20 laps left in Overa to the race lead. At least
Don't make
trying
it
to.
4 wide, Quentin Moore. Try to make it 4 wide on my bot. And Angel Vera to the race lead. He's had a fast car from, racing his way back from the back of the field early on. He has a really fast car, and I feel like he might have the best shot at winning as long as Wyatt Quayle doesn't get by. I would say the top 2 right now, Wyatt Quayle was dominant during that semi-long green flag run. He kept about 3 car lengths in between the top 3. It was a 3-car breakaway, but Wyatt Quayle was pulling away from them, and Angel Vera raced his way through the field. So I feel like we're going to have a really good race between Angel Vera and Wyatt Quayle. But these guys want to speak about themselves too, because here comes Noah Clifton, one of the chasers as well, trying to work his way through the field. There's a lot of good cars up here that I think all have a shot at the win.
This has been a destruction derby, pretty much a demolition derby, but there's still a lot of good cars that are up front that deserve to be up front, like both of the premium cars, 1, 2, Angel O'Vera, LaBot. I don't know if he deserves to be up here after wrecking half the field, but it's whatever. Another Clifton, Shane Winslow out of nowhere, Quentin Moore, the also race winner. Mitchell Collins is back up front now. And Bradley, we haven't seen him all race long. He's kept it clean, got through all the cars, and he's up front. DJ Reed is up front, Clark McKee, and Jonny Gardner. Gardner out of nowhere. We haven't seen him up front all race either.
Oh, DJ Reed just blocked the...
Oh,
oh, boy. That's not good.
Oh, good lord.
JTG Dortry being aggressive.
Oh, boy. This race is far from over. We still have 16 laps to go, and this is going to be wild.
Here comes the 36. Going underneath Nick Kennedy.
Travis Crampton, his bot, well, little bot, is up to second, but here comes Noah Clifton, got that dominated World America.
Oh, but here comes the 34. I thought he was gonna make a 3 wide. He tried to send it, but thought better of it, thankfully, because we don't want another caution. We want this to go out to the green checkered. Checkered, more like checkered flag. I don't know why I said green checkered. There's no stage flag.
There's no stages in the Cup Series. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Bobby Frazier. Watch out, boys.
Oh.
Holy moly.
Mitchell, don't turn another call. Don't turn another goal. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
And
Bradley Ream's going to get...
Bradley's going to get cut from this. Oh, boy.
Sebastian Kukulon's not too far behind either.
Yeah, like Kukulon, he got involved in the first crash, but didn't have that much damage, and oh my god!
This is very sketch.
Good lord! Oh Jesus! This is gonna be a this is gonna be high speed.
There's
poker.
So many moving chicanes.
This is gonna be like chess at this point with all these moving chicanes.
Meanwhile, up front, still Wyatt Quayle, and there goes my bot.
No, like, this would be amazing if Noah Clifton could get 2 wins out of the last 3 races, and he went all season long, coming so close about 4 times from winning. He should have won the 600, ran out of fuel. He should have won the second Las Vegas, ran out of fuel. And like a couple of races in between those, he had a shot at winning. He won that World America. Locked himself into the round of 8, even though he didn't need to, based off of where he was in points.
Now he's in a position after a bad Charlotte to possibly either one, put himself back into the running to make it in on points, or possibly get the win again.
I mean, I talked to Noah Clifton a while ago, and he said, sure, they've made some bold decisions in the crew chiefing category, with the fuel strategy and that, but he considers himself a road course racer, and so I'm not surprised he won at Road America. And, sure, there isn't more road courses left on the season, at least I think.
Nope.
He is showing some really good speed right now. Sure, half the cars are taken out, but even before all the cars got taken out, he was showing some good speed. So I feel like he has a good shot as he goes to the race lead, possibly moves Wyatt Quayle out of the way.
And you couldn't have said it better myself. He has been really consistent all season. There's the reason why that Noah Clifton won the regular season championship. He has been super consistent. And I think...
Oh, premium can help each other.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think if anyone deserves to be in the Final Four with this format, I know this format is a bit iffy. I don't know if it will return for Season 4, but if anyone should make it through this format and point the way in, is Noah Clifton. He won the regular season championship. He's been one of the top 4 best cars, essentially, this year. And right now he is lean at Chicagoland with less than 10 laps to go. And oh, good lord, so many laps
boy.
Up ahead. We have 4
and
lap
Bobby
cars.
Frazier again.
Oh boy, lap cars are going to ultimately decide who wins this thing.
And here comes my bot.
But here's
Angel
also
Oliveira. 2 chasers. Mitchell Collins trying to catch up.
Mitchell Collins.
Oh boy, lap cars. Lap cars gonna be in the way.
Lap cars are definitely gonna be in the way.
Oh, they're gonna go 3
God.
wide with lap cars.
Oh no!
Oh, Wyatt Quayle gets involved.
Wyatt Quayle got a piece of it. Oh, jeez.
This is so sketchy. Oh god, the 47 barely got by that. We're still sketchy moments.
Oh my.
The Nick Kennedy is getting cucked.
Oh my
Just,
goodness.
I mean, no offense to Premium and Nick Kennedy, but it's kind of good to get these part-timers out of the way because these playoffs chasers, they're trying to go for something. These guys, these part-timers, they're just trying to go for wins and try to find and basically hoping a team finds them and gets them into a full-time car for next year.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. For some of these guys, they are showing what they're made of, and Noah Clifton, that was sketchy, but
Mitchell Collins.
Mitchell Collins, he got a top 5 at Charlotte. He got involved in the crash over the time, not much, but a little bit they fixed it. Like so many good stories. Clifton, Collins, Ream,
Oliveira.
4 out of the 5 playoff contenders, and actually Jonny Gardner as well. So many playoff contenders. Sure, a lot of them started in the back, but a lot of them that started in the back, they survived the carnage somehow. And now a lot of them are in the top 10, top 15.
And if they haven't survived the carnage, they haven't. Then they have damage, but like with Gardner, his ass is hanging down. So, but he's still going fine. It's just sometimes the way you fix your damage. If you can keep up pace, like what Gardner's doing, you can still get a good finish out of this.
Yeah, and very true. And the good thing about him is that he has his teammate that he's working with as well. And hello to Evan Hunter. Oh boy, now Evan Hunter could do some strategy because his other 2 teammates are still on the lead lap and they're both inside the top 5. But
oh boy.
Oh boy. And you know what? It's late in the race. We have 3 laps to go in this one. And Mitchell Collins, he wants second. Well, he wants third. He wants second. He wants the sprint. He's not won since the Daytona 500. All the way back in May of last year. That's how long the season has been. But here comes Wyatt Quayle. He wants his second win on the season. The top 3 want the second win on the season. And in the All-Star,
it might come down to 2 chasers. Here comes Collins. He's going to make it 3 wide on the bottom. Heading down into turn number 3. It's 2 chasers squishing a non-chaser. But here comes Quentin Moore. This is a great race for the lead with just only a handful of laps left.
This race has been a wreckfest, but this is a great ending to the race. All of these guys, a lot of them already have a win. Or
Wyatt Quayle, the crossover.
We have the All-Star race winner. Wyatt Quayle again trying the inside lane in 1 and 2. Holy smokes. Can Collins get the one on the top side? Can the 2-car win once again at Chicagoland?
Quentin Moore really trying to make it 3 wide, but oh, he's gonna shove him out of the way.
And
Bobby
oh.
Frazier's. Oh, we have pit stops. Oh no, DJ Reed can't make it.
DJ, we cannot make it. Oh no.
Oh my God, white flag is out.
White flag is out. Collins is leading. Quayle in second. Can he do anything to catch up to Mitchell Collins? He's not once his race number 1 on the season,
Don't
but he's
think
been
so.
consistent.
Oh, there might be a lap car in the way of the 21. I don't think they'll get to Francois Chastain before the end of the lap.
No, he won't. In a wild race, Mitchell Collins breaks a winning streak and he punches his ticket into the final 4 for season 4 of the Red Bull, or season 3, I should say, of the Red Bull Cup Series.
What a final 10 laps. That was the most intense racing I have seen in a long time.
That's what the race could have been if they didn't crash so much. That's what I was expecting. That last 10 laps, I was expecting to see that always long. And that was intense as heck. Mitch, oh, what the?
Oh, DJ Reed is not happy. He just takes out the 37 of Shane Winslow and Jonny Gardner.
That sums up this race. Nevertheless, Mitchell Collins, he deserved it. He had a top 5 car all night long, even though there was so much carnage. And once again, this 2 car wins at Chicagoland. I feel like whoever is in this 2 car next year is probably gonna win one of the 2 Chicagoland races, because that's happened back-to-back years. Collins wins, second win on the season, and now it is confirmed we will have at least 1 rookie in the final 4 for Homestead Miami of Mitchell Collins. One of the top 5, top 6 cars on consistency alone this year. I knew he was going to have a shot at getting into the final 4, and now with that win, he's definitely going to be in for sure with that win. Now, we only have 2 spots left going into Phoenix next week for the final 4. Collins wins, Moore in second, Quayle in third, Clifton in fourth, Ovella in fifth, Collins in sixth, LaBott in seventh, Clark McKee in eighth, Gardner in ninth, and Kennedy in 10th. 19 cars finished on the lead lap. A bunch of cars 1, 2, 3, or 5 laps down. Of course, Boyles with that fuel leak, he ended up being 37 laps down and 36. Tough way for Boyles, who had a pretty fast board, and he did some strategy early on, and it was working out until he had that fuel leak problem. And a 29th all the way to 42nd in the up game, DNF in this one. Honestly, Travis, this looked a lot like this Sunday's Daytona 500. Not gonna lie, in real life. But overall, what is the final thoughts in this wacky, chaotic, and intense Chicagoland race?
I mean, I feel like what you said right there, that crash after the race, that pretty much summed up this race. But besides the last 10 laps, it was basically like a Chicagoland restart from 2019 with the CTS package. It was basically like one of those restarts at night. It was like 3 wide, 4 wide, people going crazy, trying to send it. And we saw quite well. He kept trying that bottom. He did a few crossovers, tried it, and the Quentin Moore kept trying to make it 3 wide. And then the Quentin Moore and Wyatt Quayle battle just ultimately led Mitchell Collins to pull away and get the job done.
Yeah, it was a wild finish, a interesting race to say the least. But I guess this makes up for the past two races of being calm. Man, this was a wild weekend at Chicagoland. The cup race was pretty good with caution free, but the racing was fantastic. Tonight had a lot of crashes, but the ending was fantastic as well. What a race weekend here at Chicagoland. And there's a reason why we are having a gigantic weekend next week, next season for Chicagoland. It's action like this. Not really the first half, but the ending of it for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching here for the Krispy Kreme 4 at Chicagoland. Congratulations to Mitch Collins on winning race 22 on the season and for making it into the final 4 at Homestead. And thanks to Travis Crampton for joining me up here in the booth. And until next weekend for the elimination weekend, the final races for both trucks and cup before we decide of who the final four will be for season 3 of the Rebel Cup Series and Power Truck Series. That's gonna be a fun one at Phoenix. But until then, once again, congratulations to Mitchell Collins on getting the race win. And until next weekend at Phoenix, I will see you guys then. Bye.